Hey, how you doing? I'm Paul.
Linda.
Coming back at you. Number 4. This is the one called. Well,
Capture. The
yes.
second C. Capture.
And you know how on the first one, where we had the collection part, and hopefully you got a pretty good grip on the collection with the 3 videos that we set up for you. Granted, you may have a lot of questions and maybe a little bit of confusion. Email us, call us, whatever you want to do. That's fine. It's hard to get all this information down in some videos to send out to you, but this is at least setting you up so you get in the right frame of mind and the right idea to target your market, the people that you want to actually market to, right? But we need to go into the difference between collection and capture. And for me, the easiest way to understand it is I think of like I go to the pet store, right? And I go buy, say, 100 goldfish. And I bring them home and I stick them in my fishbowl, right? And I know it's a little weird, a little corny, but I do corny. And I definitely do weird. But anyway, so that process, huh?
Whatever works.
Yeah, yeah. And weird and corny works for me.
Yeah.
Okay, anyway. That right there is what you consider the collection process. You've collected 100 fish, but now you have to capture them. And a lot of times people get confused with the collection and the capture, and they're two specifically different processes. And the way I think of collection is now you have 100 fish in this fish bowl, and you take a little bit of fish food. It's not goldfish because goldfish fish food because they'd all eat it, so it's just some of the fish food that you have, and you sprinkle it in, right? But when you sprinkle it in, not all 100 go after that food. Say maybe it's only 5 or 6 that actually come up and start eating the food. And what you're doing is you're capturing those 5 or 6. And when you capture, it doesn't matter if you're doing it in print or if you're doing it with a video or how it is that the vehicle that you're using to capture these people. What's important in capturing is the wording that you're using, and for lack of another word, it's kind of like, you can explain more about it, but it's kind of like, hey, I want to know more, or whatever, you know what I mean? Maybe you can explain it.
Okay, my
Different.
take on capturing is you've sent out whatever instrument, whether it's an email campaign, an advertisement, or whatever. You've got people that are in your group, but on the very top level of your group, it's like, okay, this sounds like this is something that I'm looking for. The capture part is now that you've got them, you've got to zone in more on your target to where they want to raise their hand and say, I want more information. And the way they do that is when you capture, you need to get their name, whether it's their first name and last name, it doesn't matter, and at least their email, possibly their phone number, depending on what you're using. But that's capturing. You've captured, you know who it is that's looking at you now. The collecting, you have no idea who's looking at it, who might be interested. But once they get to the part after you collect them, you send them to this, whether it's a capture page or whatever. Now you want their information in order to be able to, for them to say, yes, send me more information.
Cool. That's a horn going off. We're basically in our backyard, so you'll probably hear neighbors playing and everything, and it's no big deal. But she explained that actually a lot better, I think, than maybe even I did. But bottom line is, you want these people to want more information, right? Just like you did when we put out the 7-day boot camp and how it's going to help you. You clicked in, put in your name, your email address, and we started shipping these to you. So you could...
That was the capturing part.
Yeah.
If you want to look at it in that way. It doesn't have to be a capture to sell something that you don't have. You're not even thinking about selling anything.
No. The idea is not to sell anything. The idea is to get their interest.
To get their interest and let you tell them more about what you're about, what your passion is.
Yeah.
Zone in and find the perfect person for you.
And another way to look at it, you can even think from the capture standpoint. If you have a capture page out there or a capture postcard, it causes them to do some kind of action. Where the other one was passive, this is actually causing them to do some kind of action. Anyway, it's enough about talking about that. We have another video that you can watch where we actually I create a capture page for you so you can see kind of what we're talking about.
And this is just one way of capturing.
Yeah, this is by far just one way, and it's the fastest way that I know of to create one for you. That's why we chose it. Okay? So again, have any questions, give us a call, send us an email. We'll help you to better understand it. So basically you can get your business, or if you don't have a business and you're thinking about it, you can get it right now at the beginning on the right road to success. So you can get away from some of the pitfalls and things that we had to learn so we can teach you so you don't have to do it, right?
And hopefully by now, even though you don't know all the steps yet, you understand finding your target market. You understand especially the second boot camp day and yesterday's. It's all, you have to have one before you have the other.
Yeah. So we'll see you on the next one, which will be the third C.
Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.